Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan.
And I'm Adam.
And today we are watching A Silent Voice.
I know absolutely nothing about this.
We don't know anything about any movies we start watching.
I've heard you're gonna be in for a rough go.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, that's a no-brainer. I'm anticipating some tears from you.
Yeah, but you always say that and that doesn't happen, so we'll see. We'll see what the subject matter is. Like, I don't even know that I have a guess. Like, A Silent Voice could be literally anything.
Anything. A coma.
I didn't even think about that.
So, the Patreon members put it to a vote. And A Silent Voice was the victor of all the options.
I'm wondering if this was like an unfriendly choice. Like, it was like, how we're gonna make those guys watch this.
No, I heard that this movie is outstanding, but I have not been given any information aside from the fact that it's outstanding. The only other thing I was told was, if your name left me unwell, this will rip me to pieces. And you know that I love to be ripped in pieces emotionally. So I think I'm gonna love it.
I gotta get the Kleenex box.
Oh yeah, we actually should though.
No, that was a serious comment.
Yeah, we should. So here we go. We love a movie. We have no idea what to expect, so we are coming in just eyes wide open,
Buckling in,
expecting some intense emotions to come through. We'll see if Adam sheds a tear or if he's just cold-hearted. No faking either.
I don't think I could cry. I don't think I can fake cry, actually.
No, you'd be really bad at it. I cry at everything, so no fake necessary. So here we go. We are so excited. Let's get this started. A Silent Voice is coming right now.
Oh
my gosh, is he gonna commit suicide?
No, I think he's going on like a road trip.
Very different.
Think that was his mom?
Looks like maybe a roommate.
Maybe you were right.
Oh, okay.
I used to do that all the time.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Hitting people?
No. Just like see how good your aim was with an elastic. Bicep curls in bed.
Whoa. Let me guess, you also did that.
Could be.
今日から新しい仲間が増えるぞ。
んだよ。
やったじゃん石田。女子だって。
はあ。興味ねえし。
いいか。じゃあまず自己紹介して。
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I just went crazy with the coma
よ
thing.
ろしくね。西宮さんって日本語喋れるの？もうなおちゃん言い方。
Yeah, girl, you're not funny.
なんて呼ばれてるの？
どりゃ
翔ちゃんか。石田と一緒じゃん。翔ちゃんだって。
いいですね。はあ。よくねえわ。
今から言うところ書いとけ。20ページから25ページと32ページの練習問題。
Huh.
次の小テスト。
Yeah, like, can we get like a teacher's aid or something in
ノ
there?
ート貸してみ。
まず視点、文字の通り力を支える点な。次、
あ
力を
like that girl.
抑えるところが力点。重りを下げたり置いたりするところが作用点。テコはこの3つの位置によって3種類に。
西宮さん、あのね、まだ早いの。
Ah,
私が教えてあげるね。
I'm upset.
how is she in music class?
How? How is nobody like helping her? She needs some support.
Like a sign teacher? or
Exactly, like an aide who can help her.
Maybe she's a really good lip reader. But like you
Clearly not, because the teacher was just talking. She couldn't even hear what the homework, like, how is she supposed to learn when she doesn't have support.
I mean, that's fair.
I'm so upset about this.
But how can you expect her to take music? Like that, this baffles.
My heart is broken already.
Like, oh.
They're setting her up to fail.
Yes.
And that's making me really mad, and I understand that this is probably the experience that a lot of hearing impaired people have. And not just hearing impaired, just like people that experience any type of disability. I'm sure this is a very common experience, but like watching this makes me really upset. Okay.
じゃあもう一回
But like even the teacher, like give her a sign to like and go.
しょうもないこと言ったバツ言ってよ言ってよ
もうさ私また聞きそびれちゃったんだけど後でコピーしてあげるね頼むわ
The nice smart girl who just really wants a friend, and then the cool girl who gets them to do what she
なんだ
wants.
上のその読み方
Typical.
たくもういい次
We don't like
西
you.
宮
ここからだよいい加減に意地を張るのはやめなさいよお母さんは呆れ顔で言うけど謝る気はない
よし次石田
嘘でしょ
わわわえうえ
石田
No.
ふざけるな
うえ
So they're gonna end up becoming best friends.
Kids are so mean.
Correct.
Chihuahua.
聞こえの教室の北です。皆さんは手話って知っていますか？手で話すと書いて手話。文字通り手でおしゃべりするんですよ。素敵でしょう。そこで皆さん、翔子ちゃんともっとお話しするために毎日3分朝の会を使って手話を覚えましょ
Oh,
う。
3 minutes. You're gonna learn so much.
先生、はい。ノートに書くのじゃダメなんですか？翔子ちゃんは手話を使った方が楽なんですよ。私は手話より書く方が楽なんですけど。
That guy seems annoyed that he has to deal with this.
Yeah.
私手話覚えます。
So does Nishimiya know sign language now, or is she's gonna learn it too?
It kind of sounded like she's gonna learn it too. I mean, it looks like she knows a few things because I think, like you, friend, like I don't know. sign
Well,
language.
this is an ignorant question. So obviously we're exposed to American Sign Language here.
Yeah.
But how similar or different is sign language in different countries?
I don't know.
If you know, I really want to know because, I mean, yeah, I guess I'm curious.
You would think it would be, it would, sorry, let me phrase it, it would make sense if it was fairly universal. But I don't know.
But like, people who aren't deaf can't really communicate across cultures super well.
True.
So yeah, I'm very curious about that.
I was gonna say, the boy seems interesting to me in that, like, I think there were at least 2 instances where he tried to be nice. Right? He said, hey, you need to try a little, like, that seemed like genuine advice, but he's been a bit of a
Jerk.
yes in a few different situations to a couple different people. I don't know if he's like teetering on the edge of trying to figure out, like, am I gonna be good, am I gonna be bad, am I just
Where he
doing
fits
whatever?
in.
Yeah, he seems kind of like he's, yeah, like he doesn't fit in.
I understand the school is making a very minimal effort, but 3 minutes a day, are you kidding me? You're gonna learn 1 word. I think, and I'm no expert, I feel like they should get an aide with her to, you know, as the teacher's talking, sign to her and supplement that with writing in the book so that she can learn quicker and she'll learn faster and not miss important things. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, not that I know nothing about school in Japan, but you look at school here in North America, every kid doesn't get an aid either. Like, there's probably just a limited resource.
さ早くにろこさあポイント稼ぎおつめっちゃ好きかっこよすぎだねあ来週ドラマ出るし見ないとだよあいつ服ダサくね
This girl.
Yeah.
作者はこの
Did you notice
作
that
品
her
の
pockets in their
一点
dress
の
was the
後も
same?
二酸化マンガンは
What's that?
Never mind. Her friend's pocket was the same pattern as the girl's dress, I think.
That's cool.
広瀬お前そっちにえしみや
何やってんの石田やめときなよ石田やりすぎだって
そうこんなもんっしょ
悪いやつ
いいじゃんいいじゃんいい感じあ
Where is she?
うわ誰がこんなことしたのひどい私が代わりに消してあげる
Sahara was the girl, her
Hey.
friend,
I
right?
think so.
できたどういたしまして行こうぜ
縄文時代はほら石田授業中だろう
はいすみません
がどこまでだったか
The teacher needs to do something.
Yeah, this teacher is like so
な
awful.
地面に穴を掘ってその上に柱
ねえねえ西宮さんこれってさ本当は聞こえるってことだよね私も思ったちょっと見せて
上野それ何貸して 何これきったね
You gotta be kidding me.
This guy is.
What is wrong with you? You made her ear bleed?
お前やりすぎ
Everybody's like, oh, that was too far. But what are you gonna do about it?
That's just cruel.
何どいて
I hope she pops him right in the face.
She's probably gonna be
こ
so
の人何や
nice.
ってんの帰ろうぜ嘘つけ文句あんなら言えよはあ話せよキモいんだけど西宮さん面白い将来赤くなってんじゃんなってねえわ行こうぜ
This kid.
Yeah.
マジかよ西宮さんこれはやばいなうわじゃあな翔也また明日
今日は皆さんにお話ししたいことがあります。今日お休みしている西宮翔子さんのことです。実は昨日西宮さんのお母さんから電話がありました。西宮さんの補聴器がこの5ヶ月で8個も紛失、または故障している。学校でいじめられているのではないかと。
Yeah, you think?
この中で西宮さんに対するいじめや
Nobody's
それ
gonna
に
say
近い
anything.
嫌がらせを目撃した人はいませんか？補聴器は一つ一つがとても高価なものだそうです。これ以上お父さんお母さんに迷惑がかかる前に石田なあお前だろうが
Thank you!
でおら
はい
上野隣で見ててどうだった？
ちょっとからかってた的なことはあったかも。
え
島田は
まあ一応僕もやめとけとは言ったんですけどね翔也聞かなかったし島田
Oh, how's it feel to be singled out, you little punk?
Yeah.
女子なんてすげえ悪口言ってたでしょねえ特に上野と河合がは
ひどい。私そんなことしないよ。どうして石田君ひどいよ。
Oh, hell no. I'm mad. Was that a dream? Why is he sitting there with a notebook on his head?
I'm not. I think maybe we had a time jump.
Was that a dream? Is he thinking about what could happen?
I think this is in the future. I think somebody threw his notebook in there and he is now like remembering an experience. Like what happened in the
Regardless,
past.
I need to talk about this because whether it's a time jump, whether it's a dream, whether it happened or not, I don't care. I'm upset. I understand that so many people go through bullying, whether they have a disability or not. I understand that bullying is prevalent. what is wrong with people? Seriously, what you clearly have so many insecurities and think so little of yourself if you are going to do that to other people. All right? My hands are sweating.
How old do you think these kids are?
I
Like,
would
are we
guess
thinking-
like 12.
Yeah, 11 or 12.
But that being said, I was always the kid at school that when I saw bullying or something happening would go up and like do something about it. You know what I mean? Like I would be the kid that went and like put the bullies in their place.
Were you ever bullied?
Oh, I was made fun of my whole life for my height. But it's like if I wasn't bullied, I was made fun of a lot, but I wasn't bullied in this sense. But I was always the kid that was going to like help the kid that was getting bullied. So
That
I
doesn't
think,
surprise me.
so that really makes, this whole thing makes me mad. And oh, you're a little upset that you got called out and singled out. How do you think Nishimiya feels?
Not a thought for this kid whatsoever.
I feel like you're thinking something.
No, I wasn't thinking anything. I'm always curious about people's experiences. Like, what is his life like at home? And I'm not making excuses for it whatsoever. I mean, I think I experienced things similar to you where like I was bigger than everybody, so I didn't get bullied, but I definitely didn't fit in either.
Yeah, I was like that.
My brother was bullied badly. So I saw that happen. And it's not good.
Well, what did you do about it? Throw some kids off the lockers?
Actually, yes.
Yeah, that's what I would have done.
Yeah. My brothers are all younger, so there was a few threats.
Okay.
I can see where this is going to be maybe hard to watch.
Oh, 100%. But let me also get this straight. There were 2 boys that tried to bully me at the very beginning of grade 1. Okay? 6 years old. There were 2 boys who tried to bully me. I understand that not everybody's makeup is like this. But you know what I did? There was a big hill in our schoolyard. These boys were bullying me, so I managed to maneuver and get to the top of the hill, and then I literally pushed them down the hill.
That is not surprising.
And I did not get bullied in that way again because I set the record straight. I know that not everybody is like that, and I know that not everybody has the opportunity or the confidence or whatever you want to call it.
The physical ability.
The physical ability to do that. And Nishimiya is just so sweet.
It's just, you're so helpless. That's the thing. It's like, you're on your own, you're already different, and literally nobody, not that they don't care, but they're all just in their own little world that it's not like, there's no thought of including somebody or making an effort. Like, kids at this age just do their own thing.
And I didn't tell that story to be like, oh, answer simple, just fight back. Like, that's not why I told the story. I told the story to be like, the attempt was made even for me to be bullied. And I understand how fortunate I am that I was able to fight back. Because it could have gone a lot differently.
ちょっとなんであんたそんなに濡れてるのよ。
うっせえな、いつもの飛び込みだよ。
待ちなさい。誰かに迷惑かけてない？
知らねえよ。
先生の話本当なの？
ああ、本当だよ。
西宮さんとこ行くから支度しなさい。
Good.
So his mom's the hairstylist.
Yeah. And now she's gonna have to pay for the replacements.
Your mother works hard to provide for you, and now you just made her pay a ton of money.
翔ちゃん帰るよ。明日からいい子にするんだよ。
あれ？
偉人と呼ばれている人たちはいろいろな
Was
こ
that
と
a
をしてい
dream?
た。
Was she bleeding?
I know, what was on her shirt?
I think, is he thinking about what he did to her happening to his mom?
「何してんの？ねえ、俺の机で何してんの？何やってたんだよ、気持ち悪い。またその顔。いいやつぶってんじゃねえよ。なんだよ、言いたいことあんなら言えよ。いつもわけわかんねえ顔しやがって。ムカついてんだろ。なあ、言えよ。
Good.
何すんだよ。
Do not touch her.
何なんだよ。
What is he doing?
This kid has got some issues.
Nani? Nani 言ってんだよ。なんだよ。わかんねえよ。
I knew she was protecting him from mean things.
あいつ、マジムカつく。
西宮さんは転校しました。はい。
Honestly, the teacher is also to blame.
誰だ
Like, get control of these
西が出て
kids.
ないぞ。あと花当番。誰だよ。
あら、翔子ちゃん、こんにちは。
It's Nishimiya.
西宮。
Do not touch her or talk to her.
覚えてる
You
小
think?
6の時
Yeah, you traumatized me.
石田翔也
Thanks.
She doesn't know how to respond.
西宮
Yeah, like what do you want her to say to you? I'm surprised he even tried to get her
西
attention.
宮 西宮 いいよあこれ渡しに来た忘れ物手話どうしてって覚えたてかこれ
What is that from like 5 years ago?
Yeah.
あんまし見たくないかもだけどさ俺と西宮友達に
Oh.
なれるかな何言ってんの俺
That's what I was wondering.
言ってたんだろ小学生の時やっと意味わかった泣かないでよ泣かないでよ西宮
What makes you think the arrogance, I'm sorry, to show up and
5 years later?
try to talk to her however many years later this is?
Well, I'm still trying to wrap my head around what's happening. Like, I understand the premise, but...
What kind of evolution, like what happened to you
Yeah.
to make you like all
So
of a
he's-
sudden become a different person?
So I mean, that happens as kids, but he's learned sign language. He has the book. He's clearly been thinking about her. But, like,
But
they
what
also-
happened to make him reflect like that? You know
No,
what I mean?
I agree. Like, something, whether it was his parents or his mom or...
I mean, you know me. Once you're in my bad book, there is nothing that you can do to claw out of that. Okay? The anger I feel towards this boy, no. I know Nishimi is a much better person than me.
But I also feel like in situations like this, it's very often, like if you were the one who was the bully, like you do this, I feel like...
To make yourself feel better.
Right.
I'm not about that.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, my man, you should have led off with, I'm sorry. Not, oh, can we be friends?
Yeah.
No.
I'm very curious where this goes and if we see any of that backstory.
僕と友達になってくれませんか マリア、おはよう。
翔太起きた
All these time jumps are kind of confusing me.
Yeah, I'm having...
Because I'm throwing out some bold statements and I'm like, are they even relevant?
行ってきまーすママ行ってらっしゃい行ってらっしゃいはい翔ちゃん
いただきます。
たくさん食べな
何そんなニヤニヤしてんだよ。
だってさバイト頑張ったんだね。漫画も服も布団まで売っちゃって。
That should be a warning
あんた
sign.
のその気持ちが嬉しい。
Yeah.
So when it
とこ
said
ろでさ、
roommate,
しょうちゃん
mom.
Yeah.
なんで仕事したの？
Whoa.
いや、まあこれでもいろいろあったんだ。でも
That's
なんていうか、
an interesting way to start that conversation.
やっぱりそうだったのね。おかしいと思ってたのよ。部屋は異常に綺麗だし、携帯は繋がってないし、おまけに何あの意味深すぎるカレンダー。4月から後がちぎれてた。死ぬのやめるって言わなきゃこれ燃やすわよ。あんたが汗水垂らして稼いだ170万。おい、聞いてんのかこら。
何バカなことを。
バカはあんたよ、この親不孝者。
ごめん、マジですいません。やめます、すいません、マジで。
何をやめるだ、はっきり言え。
死ぬのやめます、死ぬのやめます。
本当？
本当っす。
I'm not sure it works like that, but oh dear.
That's unfortunate. I kind of like the mom though. I mean, I don't think that there's a playbook to handling that situation. But, you know, we were just sitting here going, she didn't notice, but she did.
When did we say she didn't notice?
Like, right before that happened, it was like, they were just having breakfast, and didn't we say you didn't notice? Or you should notice? Or that's a symbol or a sign when he sold all his stuff?
Okay, we said that's a sign.
Yeah, okay, anyway, she
She
noticed.
picked up on the sign.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. But he just came right out and asked him about it. I don't.
But then to be like, promise you won't kill yourself, like,
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, maybe let's dive deeper. Let's find out why. Let's get him some help.
Yeah. I don't. I'm having trouble following everything.
The time jumps are definitely screwing me up, and I am like getting real fired up about so much stuff, and then the time will skip, and I'm like, wait, did everything I just
So, but there's
said, like, does it mean nothing? Like,
there's another little girl there,
yeah.
and somebody left the house that we didn't see. So are there like 3 siblings, or are they living with another single mom and her daughter?
I don't know.
So many. Anime always leaves me with so many questions.
Well, I'm just like, wow, I'm getting so fired up about stuff, and maybe is it for nothing? Maybe. Could be.
I guess we'll find out.
Also, I don't know if you noticed, but it looked like the blood on the mom's shirt was from her earring being ripped out. So, did Nishimiya's mom take her out back and be like, listen, pow! Like, you know what I mean?
I was thinking she like ripped it out to give it to her as payment or something.
Oh. I thought
I
the
didn't-
mom just went savage on her. I was like, no, your son doesn't need to see me just like crush you right now.
No, I didn't think mom fight. You're probably right.
Probably not.
俺は昨日うんと高い橋から飛び降りて死ぬつもりだった。西宮に会いに行ったのもそのための儀式で、過去最大で最強の度胸試しだったけど、友達 何言っちゃってんだよ。
Yeah.
中学
Great
の
question.
入学式で島田が言った。
石田翔也ってやつに近づかない方がいいぜ。あいついじめっ子だから。
自分が犯した罪はそっくりそのまま自分に跳ね返る。その罪を背負い罰を受ける必要のある人間だと思い知った。そして俺は孤立した。
I don't like that they're flipping the narrative and trying to make us feel bad for him.
No, it's gonna be about him understanding how she felt.
So how far in the future do you think this is?
I mean, it's gonna be high school.
It's like 5 years, like
Yeah.
you're saying.
はい、じゃあ次の授業までに訳しておくように。
石田君、
はい。かわいい。
数学のノート提出まだかな。
あ、ごめん忘れてた。
そっか。じゃあ早く出してね。
ごめん。
中庭行く？
石田君ってああやっていつも一人でいるんだよね。有名だよ。みんな知ってる。
マジかよ。
ああ、またこっち見てる。いつも一人で寂しくないのかな。一生あのまま。あいつなんで生きてんの？
That's all in his head. It's gotta be.
あのさ、これ発売日に買った。うわ、俺今日からファンやめるわ。
俺も。
だよ
あの頭見たことある。誰だっけ？っていうか俺また西宮に会いに行っていいの？恋にパンやってるって言ってたし。てかお前みたいなやつがどの面下げて。泣かしたお詫びなら言っていい？毎週火曜日にいるって言ってたな。キモいかな。
ただいま。
しょうちゃん。
びっくりした。なんだよ。
今朝ごめんね。しょうちゃんが必死に稼いだお金
I mean, the money's an unfortunate
で
bystander.
もさ、死ぬために稼いだお金なんて使いたくないよ。
ごめん、また稼ぐよ。
ありがとう。ゆっくりでいいからね。さあ、お腹減ったよね。ご飯ご飯。お腹。
I'm trying to figure out how I feel right now.
I feel like those voices in his head, he made them up because he is feeling immense guilt, and so that's his way of punishing himself. The fact that his friends turned their backs on him, I'm kind of annoyed by that because I would say that there were a lot of guilty people in that classroom when they were young.
But that's always how it happens. It's like you have one or two people who instigate everything, and then you have a whole lot of bystanders who either don't stand up for that person or do like one thing, but it's not nearly as bad as the other ones. What's interesting to me is like, did that one incident stay with him? Was there another reason that his friends or everybody turned on him? Was it that one?
When they found out about her switching schools?
Yeah, like what was it? Because they all participated or didn't participate, but were around.
Not taking action and watching that happen makes you equally guilty, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't disagree. And again, you have to remember that they're kids.
And even the smart girl with the glasses,
yeah,
when she just started crying to get herself out of it.
Yeah.
Every, like, the cool girl, the popular girl, Sho and all his friends, like, they were all guilty parties.
In some degree,
way, yeah.
But I still don't know how I feel about the comparison of, like, you are not currently being bullied, you're isolated. It maybe makes you a little bit more empathetic to some of what she went through, but it's not the same.
Not even close to the same. Not even close to the same. And sure, your middle school friends don't hang out with you anymore. You're self-isolating. You're choosing to not pursue other friendships because you've created this narrative in your head. But you know who had it tough? Nishimiya. And you know who did something about her situation to try to make herself feel better? Nishimiya. Yeah. She removed herself from that situation and tried to find a place where she would be happier or treated better.
Yeah.
Kayobi.
Cherry blossoms
Nah.
losing their leaves.
ちょっとチャリ貸してくんね。
俺？
一体何のために？
この間の人。
忘れ物取りに行きたいの。
は？何なんですか？ご自身のを使えばいいじゃないですか。
ねえから頼んでんじゃん。
は？やめてください。
おい、話せよ。
やめて。誰か助けて。誰か。
おい、
助けてください。
うるせえよお前。手離せって。
俺の貸すよ。
マジ？神じゃん。
パクられていた。よりによって今日は火曜日で、やっぱ会いに行くべきじゃないってこと。別に歩いていけないわけじゃないけど、行くなと言われてるみたいだ。何か理由？何かとてもスマートでナチュラルな理由が欲しい。ふっくら新作パン割引券。これだ。西宮さんいますか？
いません。
いますよね。
いません。西宮翔子はいません。失礼ですが、あなたは本当に友達ですか？
If she is protecting her, I love this.
それでは。
Definitely, you can see her.
Well, I mean, yes, I know she's in there, but
Okay.
like the girl wasn't part of the interaction.
Yeah.
なんでもないよ。ネズミがいただけ。すっげえキモいやつ。大丈夫だよ。もう来ないから。
Is that the girl from their middle school, Sahara?
I kind of think so.
That's gonna choke the fish, and they will die. What a bully!
なんで？
あ、いた。石田くん。 見てこれ見てこれ、自転車君のだよね。グッドタイミング。いやー、住所書いてあったからよかったよ。
これどこにあったんだろう。
田んぼに乗り捨てられてた。いや、めっちゃ探した。
Oh
よ
my
かっ
gosh.
た、取り返せて。石田君、どうしたの？
あいや、
Oof.
長塚だよ。君の後ろの席なのに。
そうだ、これいいパンだよ。食べる、長塚君。
石田
You're fine.
君、石田君、おはよう。
おはよ
石田君、今日遊びに行こうよ。僕ら友達になったことだし。石田君、こっちこっち。どうかした野将？
ああ、なんでも。野将？
ビッグフレンド感出るでしょ。で、なんか悩んでるの？何でも話してみなよ。俺たち親友なんだから。
If you only
長
have
塚
one
君、
friend, is that
あの
best?
さ、友達の定義ってなんだろう。なんていうか、ほら、友達になる権利とか資格とかそういうのって。
ねえ、野将。手のひら出して。ほいほい。
Special handshake.
これが友達だよ。ほらさ、石田君、友情ってのは言葉や理屈、それらを超えたところにあると思うんだ。資格、そんなのいるもんか。くだらないね。
She pretended to smoke the fry.
いません。
いるよね。
いません。
君は。
俺、翔子と付き合ってるんで。
やべ、落ちた。あ、俺じゃないよ。パンのことね。てか、西宮って年下が好きなんだ。なんか意外。これせっかくなんでパンだけでもいいパンなんで。
自分を満足させるためだけに来てるなら帰ってください。もういいですか？では。
おい少年、俺のたちが西宮さんに会いたいっつってんだ。
長塚君、
つべこべ言わずに出せや、おら。
長
I
塚
thought it was just
君、
a
なんでこ
girl,
こに。
like a girl, but it's just like a young
取ってきた。
boy.
Yeah, I thought it was a
親友
girl
にありがちだろ。
クソの友達はクソ頭だったな。このうんこ野郎。
は？何なんです、オタク。もう一回言ってみろよ。
長塚君、
うんこ頭、うんこ頭、うんこ頭。
ちょっとあれ、どうしたの？あれってゆずるちゃん？いやだ、ちょっと喧嘩してるわよ。
長塚君、長塚君、もうやめようね。長塚君、もういいよ、帰ろう。長塚君、
あなたこないだの。
いや、違うよ。長塚君、ごめん。
あ、しまった。くそー、哀れた。
やったな、石田君。おい少年、貴様覗き見してるだろ。俺にも見せろ。
No, don't break his camera.
ん？石田君、なんか手をひらひらやってる。
手話じゃねえの。
なんだって。すごいな。石田君にはそんな特技が。お前手話わかるのか？通訳しろ。
さっきのうんこ頭誰？ 全然
I
知
like
ら
this
ない
kid.
人キモーい
まじめに
話せよ
落ちるなよ少年。
本当は会ってはいけないと思った。友達の意味をこの2週間ずっと考えていた。僕が君に会う理由探していた。
石田君。
嬉しい。私も同じこと考えてた。おかしいね。
あ、西宮これパン恋に。餌やり楽しい。あ、そっか。
I'm not sure I would want the memory from back then.
西宮、やっぱそれあんまし見ない方が。
Why did you give it back to her if you don't want her to look at it?
Because he doesn't know what he's trying to do.
どうした石田君がどうかしたのか。おいおい少年。石田君の川になんで。一体何するんだ。何これ。西宮。西宮。
I like the two new characters. A lot.
I like the little boy better. I mean, the other one was definitely lonely as well and is also trying to navigate what it means to be a friend. Do I love that he got all aggressive with Yuzuru? I think that's his name. No.
I hear you, that's not the right way to do it, but like, he's probably never had, like, called him a best friend, and he's following him and he's helping him out. It's just, like, this time in life is just so messy.
It is. His line of I'm not gonna get it completely right, but like, friendship transcends language and logic.
Yeah.
I thought that was really apt. I'm also wondering the significance of the fish.
The one that was different from everybody else.
The one that was different, but like just the fish in general, like what that represents. But yes, I mean, you nailed it with the one that was speckled versus.
Yeah. But she
Naoko.
seems to like feeding the animals. I mean, I think that makes sense. It's peaceful. You're
I know, I'm
quiet,
just wondering if
so-
there's a broader
Yeah, fair.
significance to that.
My point was like, it maybe it's not just the fish, maybe it's the action of feeding. I don't know. Just because you see it with, I think, two different animals. But.
Yeah. Very interesting premise. I understand that I got very fired up there early.
But I think that that's totally normal. I mean, again, I'm trying to remember if I was ever a bully. Probably sometimes.
You are
but
literally
probably.
the sweetest person in the whole world. I could not see you being a bully ever.
But these things are always a matter of perspective.
But it's like empathy.
Yeah, but you don't.
You're very empathetic.
Yeah, but I don't, like, I don't think that I thought about a ton of other people when I was growing up. Like, I thought about what I wanted to do. you know what I mean? It's just, I wonder. I just, the whole thing, to go back and do it with the perspective that you have. And I think that that's a big piece of it, right? he was a bully, and then he was isolated and lonely, and it made him think. I think we all have times in our life or instances in our life that make us look back and think. For some people it happens
Well,
sooner, for some people it happens later.
If there's any type of growth mindset or any type of awareness, yeah. For sure. I understand that my sense of right and wrong can be very black and white. My sense of justice. So it was the two characters were very polarizing for me early, and I understand if my opinions maybe aren't everybody's cup of tea, but
it's also tough when you're watching the movie in real time. Because
yeah,
you don't
and
have a
I
chance
don't know
to think
anything.
about it.
Like I don't know the time skip. Like this is literally we're jumping in and here we go. My despair for Nishimiya versus my disgust for Sho, very strong. But I think that this is hitting issues that a lot of people face. Whether on the Nishimiya end or the Sho end, I think it is more common than we would like to think, but
Of course.
you know, I think everybody can relate in one way or another to this. So I'm loving this so far, even though I'm getting real fired up at times. Yeah. So that is the end of part 1 of A Silent Voice. If you've been the victim of bullying, I apologize if my comments of my own experience were insensitive. That was not my intention at all. I can understand that this is potentially very difficult for people to watch. So if you do not feel up to continuing A Silent Voice with us, we completely understand and respect that. If you do, however, decide to continue on this journey with us, we will be watching part 2 of A Silent Voice next week. Thanks, guys.